Hey, Jeff.
Could I say something?
Yes.
Before Jeff?
Tracy.
I didn't want to blindside anybody, so I spoke to him before the meeting and made him aware of this. And I just wanted to crash course. A lot of folks might think he's with Channel 10 or Fox 31 and got a setup back there in the back that's, I would suppose, filming this, which I have no problem whatsoever with. But he speaks of YouTube and so forth and so on. And I just wanted him to come forth and tell us about the operation back there and what he's doing and tell us a little bit about YouTube. Okay?
Okay. Basics of it is really straightforward. That's a hard drive on that camera back there. Just like an old VHS tape from the old camcorders y'all may have seen, 80s and 90s that were mounted on the shoulder. That's just a tinier, more compact version of those exact same mechanisms. Well, not the exact same because the technology is different, but it does the same thing. When I take it home, I plug in a cable into my computer, download it off of that hard drive on my hard drive up at my house. I've then got some software to where I can actually, if it's saved in multiple files, which it does do fairly regularly, most meetings it saves in 2 different files, I can recombine them and then start slicing them up because YouTube has a 15-minute time limit now. Until about 3 or 4 months ago, it had a 10-minute time limit. So to upload it to YouTube, I had to cut the hour-long meeting into 6 10-minute segments. Right now, I have to cut it into 15-minute segments, however many that needs. The only editing that I do of any form is I put a green G circular logo at the top right-hand corner. That's a open government initiative from Sunlight Foundation, which is something. It's from Sunlight Foundation. It's a nonprofit that promotes transparency in government. That's their logo for that initiative, and I've adopted it as one of the logos for this operation. The other logo that I put on top of the video is a little thing in the bottom right or bottom left corner that says swdapolitics.com, my website. Other than that, I do not edit anything other than to clip it at right around 15 minutes for the YouTube time limit. I don't edit it in any way, shape, or form to make anything look like it was said that wasn't said.
Say that again now.
I do not edit the actual content of the video in any way.
No, it picks up the sound also. You
Right.
don't add to or take away or.
Right, it picks up everything that happens, sound, visual, and then I don't touch that part of it.
Yeah.
Never have, never will.
Yeah.
If y'all say something that I want to feature, I slice that segment out. So, for example, back in February at the county commission meeting when Chairman Duffy and Paul Jackson had the confrontation at the end of that meeting, I not only posted that entire meeting in the various 10-minute segments, I also went in and cut out that little 5-minute segment of that confrontation. And,
After the meeting.
yeah, and then uploaded that as a separate file in addition to all the regular meeting videos. So, for example, just last week, Commissioner Mugridge had a comment that I wanted to feature in addition to the regular videos from that meeting. So again, I posted all the videos from the actual meeting so that if you go through and watch part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, you see the entire meeting exactly as it happened. But then if you go in and look at whatever I've titled that particular video that I cut out.
This is your opinion more or less?
No, the actual video is exactly what happened. And then I might write up a post on Southwest Georgia with my comments on that video, but I don't actually touch the video itself other than highlighting that particular piece. The DVD part that I'm starting to work with for the library is actually a bit trickier. Basically, if you've watched a standard DVD on your house, on your DVD player, for example, if you picked up The Passion of the Christ on DVD and popped it in your DVD player.
So you're doing one for the library?
Right, I'm starting to work to try to put all the meetings on DVD for the library. And a DVD always has to have menus for it to operate. So getting those on there is a bit trickier, and I'm not going to bore you with the technical details. But other than that, it's a straight video, no edits at all, other than placing those two logos on
Could I
top.
ask you this, just for my information? YouTube, man, is a lot of people subscribe to that? Is it local or?
It's millions of users worldwide, actually possibly billions now. It is,
If you had to say how many you reckon right here in Leesburg, in other words,
in a
you got a
population of
computer,
3,000 people with the demographics that
you got to
Leesburg.
subscribe to it or?
No, you can go in and watch it. Just go to youtube.com and watch anything that's on there. You do not have to subscribe at all. In a population the size of Leesburg with our demographics, I'm probably going to say at least 500 people minimum have seen a YouTube video of some form within the past 6 months to a year. That's out of the 3,000 or so total population that we have. So at least a sixth of our population not only knows what YouTube is, but has actually actively watched some video on there. Now, based on the fact that I can see how many people are watching my videos, I can tell you not that many people actually watch these videos. But at least it's there if they ever want to, is the way I look at it.
Did you answer the question? Did you hear the question?
About how many people?
No, do you get paid for it?
Did I get paid for it? Not at all.
No,
I do
it's
this.
just something you do
Right.
because you're interested in.
Right. I have the tech. Actually, I bought the video camera, same reason most people do. Videotape football games, baseball games, Christmas, whatever. And then once I got the tripod last Christmas, I retasked it to also, I was like, hey, I got a tripod, I got a camera, I can do this.
Well, that's good enough. I just
Okay.
wanted a little information.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what YouTube is though? You just lost.
Sir?
Do you understand what YouTube is?
No, I sure don't.
You seen Albany Herald newspaper.
I know what it,
Okay. You know what newspaper is?
yeah,
Well, they decided that they're gonna let you go online from your computer and read the newspaper.
yeah.
You type in albanyherald.com, there's a newspaper, you read what you want to read. Well, there's this thing called YouTube. You type in the word YOUTUBE.
What would encourage you to go to YouTube?
You can see funny videos.
It's funny videos. It's humor. It's whatever.
You can watch Super Bowl commercials. You can watch music videos.
Well, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you do anything you want to. Well, you type in bad motorcycle accident and you're going to find 10,000 videos of people wrecking motorcycles. So you just type in keywords and stuff pops up. And people sit around and watch these videos instead of watching TV. And people get information. You watch the news on YouTube or you just watch different things. It's just a computer. It's just another way of getting shut out.
It's just a way of watching the news. Like Mary Quinn just said, Fox, WFXL, their morning show they have now, a lot of the interviews they did, actually the interviews they did with me and
It just kind of fascinated me that people all over the world would be interested in little old Leesburg.
see, it helps with the publicity.
I'll move it out of the way.
And the one, see, I don't watch YouTube mainly because my husband and children have, and we've gotten viruses from it on our computer, because you don't know if a file is actually a legitimate file or not when you bring it up. But you can put a word in and it'll bring up anything that has to pertain with that word, you know, on a list of videos, and you can click on them and watch them. But you don't know, I mean, you don't know the people that have posted it, you don't know.
You do have to be
what's
careful
behind
with it.
it. So,
Jeff records his videos. He's got them on spots, and nobody watches any of them because nobody does anything exciting here, so it's all boring. Well, he had the one of,
The Duffy versus
The Duffy.
Jackson was up at 500 or so.
and word got out about this, and everybody was going to YouTube, typing in Duffy versus Jackson, and watching that 5-minute rant, just because it was there.
I mean, I don't have any problem with, hey, what we do is over and above board. It's always operated that way. That's the way I know. If I can't be truthful and honest with folks, I don't want to be a part of that.
Thank you, sir.
I just wanted you to kind of bring us up to date as to what was really going on.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. You
Thank
ever have
very
any more
much.
questions, just let me know.
Well, I appreciate that. I know you will. I appreciate you doing that. I
Yes, sir.
really do.
Okay.